In 2018, we are going to have the 8th edition of the NGC Bocas Lit Fest, which is a literary festival. Now, that was launched on Wednesday, March 21st. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and what we can expect. And to do that, we have Miss Marina Salandi Brown, who is founder and director of the NGC Bocas Lit Fest. And we have Dr. Kongshik Achong Lau, who is the sponsor for the newest prize at Bocas Lit Fest. But I want to start with Ms. Marina Salandi Brown. Tell us about Bocas Lit Fest. What can we expect in 2018?
Well, it starts actually on the 25th of April, ends on the 29th of April, but it'll be running at the University of West Indies before that, in the week before, starting the 16th, because we will be, within the festival, we actually got a film festival, which is a literary film festival, a festival of many of the films based on books. And you know, writers and things like that. The festival every year has many things, included workshops, panel discussions, readings. We actually focus a lot on our traditional forms. So we have Robert Talk. We teach people how to do Robert Talk. We have discussions about the future of Pan, about the state of our Calypso, about the future of the islands of the Caribbean, their viability. It runs between current affairs, culture, the arts. It's quite a very broad range of subjects that come up for discussion through panels and through readings and that sort of thing. We have lots of people coming from abroad. We present prizes. We've got a children's festival. Actually, the list is so long, I always forget some of the things that are happening. But essentially, it's over 100 events in that 5-day period. A lot of them is fun, and part of it is that people think that books are boring and reading is not interesting, and it's absolutely not true. So, you know, thousands of people turn up during the course of those 5 days, and prizes, the giving of prizes is something that's very important to the work that we do.
Yeah, and talking about prizes, you have a new sponsor.
Yes, we have a new prize and a new sponsor. I really want to say thanks very much to Dr. Achong Lau, because it's been a while since we've been wanting to find someone who would sponsor one of the best prizes anywhere in the world. And fortunately, he saw the benefit, the merits of it. So we're very pleased.
So, Dr. Lau, why join this organization?
Well, the thing is, I met Marina not so long ago, maybe about in December. And I just asked her what she did. And she began to tell me, and I was quite impressed, quite frankly, and very taken with the fact that she was doing all this work, which basically I feel impacts very strongly on our society in terms of uplifting people. And therefore, and she was just telling me, she didn't ask me to donate a prize. She was just telling me what she did. And she was telling me she had been looking for this, someone to sponsor this prize. And I just felt that this was an incredible opportunity that I could help in some small way. And to be quite frank, to me, this is one of the best things, if you want to say, best thing I could do in terms of donating something or helping my country, because basically it sponsors a vehicle that I very strongly believe in, that it is doing good for our society.
So
in
terms of the prize?
What the prize consists of, what makes it so unique is that well, everybody in Trinidad and the Caribbean must know that we have a great literary heritage. Until Derek Walcott died not so long ago, we had 2 living Nobel laureates for literature. From the Caribbean, well, per capita, that must have been one of the highest you know, figures anywhere in the world. And we're very well known for our writers. We underappreciate them at home, but we have a wonderful international reputation, and there's a whole a wave of younger writers coming through. They've always been coming through, but what has been happening ever since the 1950s, it has been very hard for our writers to get published and become internationally well known. I mean, Walcott, Naipaul, all these people had to go abroad. I mean, Earl Lovelace is one of the few exceptions of people who stayed at home and happened to have, you know, a reputation, but he won prizes. So what we've been trying to do is to reconnect our writers at home with the metropolis and where business happens. And that essentially, that's the work that we do. And getting prizes is really, really important. So what this prize does, it offers Caribbean writers anywhere in the region the chance to be chosen in one of the next 3 years. The prize runs for 3 years, fiction, non-fiction, and poetry, to get an agent, which is very difficult to get. And if you don't have an agent, it's very difficult to access publishers, to be mentored for a year by a writer, a famous writer of your choice, to go to London and to be wined and dined for 3 days and be introduced to people who read books and want to publish you, and for 1 week to be immersed totally in a creative writing course, and one of the best places for creative writing in Britain. So, and they get a cash prize of $3,500 US. So that's a magnificent prize, and it's managed by us, the Bocas Lit Fest, and by Arvon, the Foundation for Literary. It's a charitable trust in Britain, extremely well known, and so we manage it together, and that's what the money goes to. Most of the money goes into, the writers and the trips and the hotel and the paying the mentor and that sort of thing.
And the prizes actually sound very interesting.
Yeah.
Is there an age limit for people wanting to be part of it?
No, the only criteria is that you actually are a Caribbean person living at home, and that you have to compete. I mean, we have had up to 50, 60 people competing, and it's very interesting because the whole idea of CARICOM and the Caribbean as an entity is sort of it's not as good as it should be, really. I mean, I'm a great believer in the unity of the Caribbean peoples, and this is one of the few things where almost every single country competes. So we have entries from all 16 countries. It's been won in the past. The prize existed before, and then the donor was for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years it lapsed until Dr. Aching-Lo came on board. And there have been 3 previous winners, 1 from Jamaica and 2 from Trinidad. And 2 of the winners, the 2 Trinidadian winners, the books that they have written that have come out of this prize are going to be launched at the NGC Bocas Lit Fest in April.
So a lot to look forward to. But Dr. Aching-Lo, you joined this organization because you want to give back to Trinidad and Tobago, yeah? What do you see, or do you want to get anything in return? What do you want?
Rishi, basically all I want is that my country, well, it's given to the Caribbean writers, but, as I said elsewhere, I'm a nationalist. I want a Trini to win it, right? Or from Tobago.
This is where he's got nothing to do with the judging.
Right. Nothing to do with the judging. It's going to be free and fair.
Yeah. But the thing is that many people think I'm a dreamer, but I'm a realist. I know the great talent that we have in this country, as Marina is saying, per capita, what we have. And I think, and I look at other people abroad who have become internationally renowned, and I look at them and say, hey, but we have people as good or better, right? So they just need a chance to be exposed. And for me, if apart from helping the society at large, and obviously we all know that we need something to help the soul of the society, but if someone can become really well-renowned from this, basically it gives a role model for the country. It helps that person. I mean, it would be fantastic, yeah. And it just gives me great pleasure to have been part of that. I mean, I don't have to be, obviously, in any limelight. I don't need that. But from afar, I look up and I see, hey, boy, that person, somewhere or the other, maybe I contributed.
Yeah, and it gives people the opportunity to become something, as you said, and that can motivate other young people who may not understand how to get involved in it, to actually go and do it. But if people want to get in contact with you all, to be part of the competition, how do they do that?
Well, we haven't opened it yet for entries. That will happen in a few months' time. But our website is bocaslitfest.com. bocaslitfest.com. Lit short for literary and fest short for festival.
Yeah. So people can go there and they can get all the
Yes,
information.
yeah. And of course, come to the festival and get a sense of, you know, of what's going on. But yes, all the information will be on our website. And there'll be a lot of announcements when it's open.
Okay, so we have this competition, somebody win, they get the
It
prizes.
runs, and that runs over a year.
Yeah. What do we expect from the participants after?
Well, it's open-ended in the sense that you can't tell them what you want them to do, but all the writers who've won before, all three, have been published. And as I say, the last, you know, two of them are going to be, their books are going to be launched here. One of them has actually gone on to win many other prizes, been write-in residence at foreign, you know, foreign festivals, etc. And they've all been represented Trinidad and Tobago abroad. They've represented the Bocas Lit Fest abroad at international festivals. So has Diana Macaulay in Jamaica. The other two winners are Barbara Jenkins and Daniel Boudou Fortuné. And so I think they're fantastic role models, as Dr. Atunlao says, and also they set a standard for writing, because a lot of people want to write, but they don't understand really that writing is a great skill. So you have a talent, but like in every single talent, it has to be, you know, prepared and shaped. I mean, yes, you can run, but can you win the marathon, you know? Can you win the 100 meters? It takes a lot of practice and perfection to become great at whatever it is you do, and a lot of hard work. So I think working with a mentor for that period is really important. Well, the thing is, we give them all the cards in the pack, you know, and we hope that they will play their hand well.
Yeah. So, Dr. Achonglu, you call yourself a nationalist. What do you want to see for Trinidad and Tobago?
I would want Trinidad and Tobago to, if you will, get back to more spiritual values and more human values. That the people who like to lead, that they become better role models, and they understand that they're in service of the people. And the people in this country, as probably all countries, but for me, the people in this country are good people, and they need, many of them need help in terms of, not necessarily financial, but in terms of just understanding how to live their lives and make something of themselves. People do not need a lot of money to be happy, and that's the name of the game, happiness at the end of it all.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Achonglu, the sponsor for the newest prize for the NGC Bocas Lit Fest, and Ms. Marina Solandi Brown, who is the founder and director of the NGC Bocas Lit Fest, for coming in and telling us about this. Now, the registration for the Bocas Lit Fest has not been opened yet, but you can check out the Bocas Lit Fest website to get all of the information. This is Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago. I
just wanted to say the name of the prize.
Yes.
The name of the prize is the Johnson and Amoy Achong Prize for Caribbean Writing, and it's named after his parents, who brought him up to be a good fellow.
Yeah, and he is contributing to and giving back to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you again.